Good morning, dear boys and girls. Welcome today for our next day's video class. Now today we are going to do the second segment from the sixth unit, A Hero. Okay, so our segment starts from the page 88, then continues on 89 and 90 it ends. Okay, so till that I will be reading, then we shall have a little comprehension. After this we shall go to see the vocabulary. Okay, now the segment 2. Page 88. Swami was pained and angry. He did not like the cruelty his father was showing. He cursed the newspaper that had printed the tiger's story. He wished that the tiger had not spared the boy. The night advanced and the silence in the house deepened. Swami's heart began to beat faster. He remembered all the stories of devils and ghosts he had heard. He was almost faint with fear. Swami hurriedly got up and spread his bed under the bench and crouched there. It seemed to be a much safer place. He shut his eyes tight and encased himself in his blanket. Unknown to himself, Swami fell asleep. In his sleep, he had a terrible dream. The tiger was chasing him. Swami tried hard to escape, but his feet would not move. He tried to open his eyes, but his eyelids would not open. He groaned in despair. At last, using utmost effort, he opened his eyes. He put his hand out to feel his granny's presence, as was his habit. But he only touched the wooden leg of the bench. At once, his lonely state came back to him. He shook in fear and closed his eyes. He heard a little rustling noise in the room. What can this be? Thought Swami, slowly opening his eyes. Something was moving in the darkness. Swami lay gazing at it in horror. He was certain that his end had come. The devil would soon pull him out and tear him to pieces. So what is the use of waiting? Swami thought. As it came nearer, Swami crawled out from under the bench. At once, he clutched its leg and dug his teeth in. There was a painful cry, "Ayyo! Something has bitten me." Then there was a heavy tumbling and falling amidst furniture. Everyone in the house was awakened by the loud noise. In a moment, father and a servant came running with a light. Both of them fell on the burglar who lay amidst the furniture with a bleeding knee. The next day was a day of congratulations for Swami. His classmates looked at him with respect. His teacher patted his back for his courage and bravery. The headmaster said that he was a true scout. Swami had bitten into the knee of a notorious housebreaker, and the police were grateful to him. When Swami returned home from the club that night, when father returned home from the club that night, he asked, "Where is the boy?" "He is asleep." "So early?" "He didn't have a wink of sleep the whole of last night," said Swami's mother. "Where is he sleeping?" "In his usual place." "Sleeping beside his granny again?" Father exclaimed. "That is why he wanted to be asleep before I returned home. Clever boy. Let him sleep where he likes," Mother said angrily. "You needn't risk his life again." "All right, pamper him and spoil him as much as you like," Father mumbled as he walked away to his room. Swami was following the whole conversation from under the blanket. He felt a great relief to hear his father giving him up. Written by R.K. Narayanan. Now you find here, the second segment tells how Swami became famous. Now, how he became famous? Was it because of his bravery? Or was it his dream that drove him to do such things? Yes, many a times in our despair also we do some brave acts. When we know that we are not going to win, or when we know that we are not going to be successful, or when we know that we are not going to achieve, sometimes we do some brave things. And that is what we call as luck. So here also Swami was lucky enough. The night his father put him to sleep in his office, Swami was just thinking ill about his father, that his father the father doesn't love him, he is very cruel to him, he treats him like that. And so, telling that, he went and with fear, he went under the bench and slept. He didn't sleep on the bench, he slept under the bench. He put his bed there, covered himself fully from top to bottom. Yes, and he went to sleep. But he tried to sleep, he couldn't sleep. He was wriggling and thinking of all the stories his grandmother told him. And what stories he used to listen from his grandmother? It was the stories of ghosts and spirits. So definitely when you sleep alone, all these stories come back to you in a flashback. Same thing happened with Swami. And so with fear, trembling all the time, he didn't know when he went to sleep. And when he went to sleep, he again dreamt about the story that his father had read about the young boy who was praised in the newspaper. And now he sees that a tiger was chasing him and he wanted to run, but his legs wouldn't carry him. He wanted to open his eyes to see, but his eyes wouldn't open. So he was struggling with this effort in his dream. It was a dream. And when he was struggling with this effort, suddenly he hears some rustling noise. What is rustling noise? When we walk, sometimes our clothes make a sound. That is called rustling. When the breeze blows, the leaves move. You get a kind of rustling noise. The sound comes from the leaves moving. That is called rustling. He heard a rustling noise in the room. All the more fear. He thought the devil had come. Anytime the devil is going to pull him out and tear him into pieces. That was the stories he had heard. So he thought it was going to happen to him. And as a result, he was still getting so scared. He said, "Now I am anyhow going to die. So before I die, I am going to do something to the devil that was in the room." So he slowly crawls out, comes out from the place of his under the bench, and he finds somebody walking by him in the darkness. It was okay, and so he walks somebody. So he just catches hold of it and he bites. Dug his teeth in means he bit him. He bit him so hard that whoever was it, they made a big sound of "Ayyo, ayyo, ayyo," and he fell down. And when he fell down, he fell on the bench, and Ben fell down, and the chair fell down. So there was a big noise of all falling down. That awoke the house. So father and the servant, when they heard a big noise of all the things falling, furniture falling in the house, they came with the lantern. In those days, there was no electricity, remember? It had oil lamps. They carried the lantern and came running into Swami's room thinking, what happened to Swami? And when they came, they also fell in the darkness because they too couldn't see what was happening. So there was all things strewn, spread out. So they toppled over it. And by the time they all came to senses, they found that there was a man in that room bleeding from where Swami had bitten. So you can imagine how hard Swami had bitten that person. It started bleeding. And therefore, they caught the thief, and the next day was a big story day or a big day for Swami. What had Swami done so great? Okay, this great thing that Swami had done was, he had bitten a burglar. Burglar is who? A thief. And what kind of thief was he? He was a housebreaker. That means he used to enter houses and steal things from the people. And such a burglar was notorious, famous in that area. And such a thief, Swami had bitten and injured, because of which he couldn't escape. So the police had been called, and police took him and went, and they too were very happy. Father was all happy, but he couldn't express it. He didn't show it to Swami that his father was happy. But when he went to school, the teachers praised him, his friends respected him. Before he was not so well respected. So all his friends showed a lot of happiness and shared with him and spoke with him and talked with him. And the headmaster also called him a true scout. Who's a scout? Scout is a person who learns to do social service. And so like that he becomes very famous. Swami also becomes all very happy. He thought that his father will stop him, troubling him to sleep alone. He goes back home and it is very late in the night by the time father comes. Father after work goes to a club to play with his friends or talk with his friends. So by the time he came, it was very dark. And he asked his wife or Swami's mother, where was Swami? She says, as usual, he's sleeping with his grandmother. Father was saying, again he slept with his grandmother. So the wife or his wife says, stop troubling him. He already risked his life sleeping alone and thief entered the house. And because of him, we were saved from anything being stolen from the house. So let him sleep wherever he is happy. So father just grumbles or talks to himself and says, these women are not going to allow the boy to grow brave and independent. They are going to spoil him. And he walks away. And that everything was being heard. Swami did not sleep actually. He had covered himself and was listening to what was being spoken between his father and mother. And he was very happy that his father is no more going to trouble him to sleep alone. After all, he was a child of only 5th class. So how old a 5th class child will be? Hardly 8 years. Okay. So we always like our children to be independent. Nowadays children are very independent. In the olden days it was not so. Even when they grew old, the parents used to keep them with them. Okay, so such is the situation that today children love to be alone. They don't want father or mother to be. They like to have a own room of their own. Yes, they like to do all that they want to do independently without listening. But in those days it wasn't so. And so Swami always grew up pampered by all the women from the family and lived along with the people. So with this we end our story of Swami, a brave child who becomes brave in a day, becomes brave and famous in a day. Now we shall continue with our vocabulary.